Welcome back, fight fans. In today's video, Islam Makhachev's manager says a Conor fight is on the table. Yuri Prohaska says that he has a fight booked, and Alex Pereira responds. Sugar Sean O'Malley talks about preparing for Merab Dvalishvili, and I peek my head out from behind the curtain to give an update. We have all that and more in today's video, so don't be scared, homie. Knock out the like button, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, and in the words of Big John McCarthy, let's get it all! Islam Makhachev's manager says that the McGregor fight is, quote, very possible. Speaking of Submission Radio manager Ali Abdelaziz explained how if upcoming fights go their way, it's very possible that we see Islam Makhachev defend his lightweight title against Conor McGregor in late 2024.
One thing that Islam was talking about not that long ago is he would be open to fighting a Conor McGregor fight, you know, like maybe towards the end of the year. How realistic do you think that would be? Obviously, like, Conor's got Chandler. There's a lot of things that would have to happen. But I wonder, like, from a managerial perspective, how realistic and how important of a fight would that be, or would that not be for Islam, for his career?
Like I told you a couple of seconds ago, it's a crazy sport.
Yeah.
Conor might go there, knock out Chandler first round, and after that, he's one of the biggest stars in the sport. Like him or hate him, you know, he is. And he tell the UFC, hey, I want a title shot, Islam want a title shot. That can be your next title shot. Islam is going to say no. No, he's not going to say no to this fight.
Now, of course, should Makhachev's next matchup be the notorious one, it would force the UFC to shelve the championship aspirations of one Arman Tsarukyan, who was recently warned by MMA legend Chael Sonnen of missing out on a title shot.
Tsarukyan is in a very interesting spot. And he is in a spot where somebody like me, and this is not me, Tsarukyan, working with Daryl Christian, operates under the umbrella of the protection of Uncle Chael. I'm just trying to make a point that somebody in that spot would be very vulnerable to have that spot taken.
If it were to come down to Tsarukyan or McGregor, I think we can all assume who the UFC and Makhachev would choose.
It's a big fight, it's a big name, it's a lot more money, you know, and this, at the end of the day, people fight for legacy, but if they're not getting paid, they're not gonna fight. It's about making money. This is what it is.
I always think back to like Khabib, where like Khabib is, he's one of the biggest stars the sport has ever seen, right? And obviously he carved his legacy so long before the Conor fight, but because that Conor fight was so big, there was such a big build-up, still holds the record for pay-per-view buys. It helped him sort of become, you know, that next level star. Do you feel like that would be like something that could happen with Islam, where it just kind of like, it highlights all those achievements by bringing such a big spotlight on it?
Absolutely. You know, the guy, he's have massive star. You know, I think he's a piece of shit, but he is a massive star. You can't take this away from him.
As noted by Abdelaziz, a potential clash between the sport's biggest superstars and the dominant lightweight champion will, quote, be one of the biggest fights that you can make today.
Was the history with Khabib and with him, with Islam, it will be all over again. You know, it will be all over again, and it'll be one of the biggest fights you can make today. You know, one thing I know about Dana White, he likes money.
Yeah.
And and he likes business, and that's why the UFC is so big right now. You have Dana, you have Hunter, you have Sean, you have Mick. They are great minds, and they put on the biggest fight. They can sell the most pay-per-views. Why not?
While McGregor fans are salivating at the thought of him getting back into title contention so quickly after his UFC return, he would still need to defeat Michael Chandler at UFC 303 later this month and come out of the bout without an injury.
Just quickly before you get in, you know, it would be a crazy visual, just as we're talking, I'm imagining it, is if you know, this is obviously fantasy matchmaking, but if you got Islam and Conor, but then you got Khabib in Islam's corner, I just feel like that would be a wild visual to see. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the boys are back, the team's back. I just think that would be wild.
Absolutely. Listen, it's very possible. But, you know, Conor have to get off the bottle, and he have to leave the drugs alone and focus. And he's definitely, the guy was a 2-division champion. He have talent, you know? But is the hard work now is there or not there anymore? You have to ask him this question.
By the way, did you get any calls from the UFC regarding UFC 303 when the press conference was cancelled? Like, were they seeing if any of your guys were available just in case this fight didn't come together?
No, I didn't get no call because I don't think this fight was ever canceled.
Now, while it's fun to imagine a potential fight between Makhachev and McGregor, there is a possibility that that fight just never materializes. And it wouldn't be a surprise to see Makhachev fighting for the UFC welterweight title within the next 12 to 18 months. Not only has Makhachev been vocal about his desire to earn a second belt, but Abdulaziz believes that the UFC is also aware that the Dagestani Wrecking Ball could be their next double champion.
Javier Mendes did mention that. He said, you know, if Bilal wins, it might be a different story. If Leon Edwards does keep the championship, like Javier Mendes told us he'd love to see Islam move up to 170. How do you, if Leon Edwards is still champion after UFC 304, do you want to see Islam fight for that belt next, or is it still lightweight in your opinion?
I think Islam, if anybody deserves it for second title, I think it's Islam. You see Herrera fought for a second title. But now Islam gave him a shot 2 times for a second title. If anybody deserves it, it's 100%. It's Islam. At the end of the day, this is a business, and you know, Islam will fight anybody. It doesn't matter. I don't want people to think Islam is ducking people. He already beat everybody. He already beat Oliveira. He beat Volkanovski. He beat Dustin. He beat Arman. He beat all these guys. And at the end of the day, he's not shy from any challenge. I believe he's the greatest fighter in the UFC today. He's the pound for pound #1. It's not even close second, honestly. Nobody even close second. And the way he beat people, the way he dominates people, the way he finishes people, who does that? Nobody. And he earned the right now to relax and enjoy his family and have a good time. You know, there's no stress.
I was gonna say, like, obviously welterweight's something that he's been talking about for quite a while. I know, like, the focus has always been the fight in front. You know, we just had Dustin. The dust has literally just settled from that fight. But over the last however many months, or even last year or so, even when Islam was talking about it last year around the time of the Volkanovski fight, have you gauged the UFC's interest at all in Islam moving up? Sort of eventually one day, have they said anything to you about, like, oh yeah, we could see him moving up and sort of, you know, going for that double champ?
They know he's gonna go up. He's coming. It's just
are they open to it? Do they like the idea?
Yeah, it's coming. If Islam decides to go up, he's gonna go up. You know, of course, we all have to talk, and we always seem to be on the same page. You know, Islam right now, honestly, I don't even want him to think about fighting. I want him really to enjoy himself and cherish his work. He just went to a war with a really, really tough opponent, sometimes. For a fighter, I don't like to bum rush him after. Be like, oh, you have a fight. When a fighter knows they have a fight, automatically they start thinking about the fight. Even there's no contract, there's no bad agreement or nothing, but I take the fun from life from them. Because when you're in camp. Like, I really put them immediately in camp. They're not really in camp, but mentally, they start thinking about this one guy every day. And I think Islam right now, he doesn't need to do that.
Yuri Prochazka teases that his next fight announcement is coming very soon. Prochazka has been rumored to be next in line for a light heavyweight title fight against Alex Pereira. This is despite the fact that Pereira just TKO'd him last November. But UFC matchmakers seem to like the idea after both men competed and won their respective fights at UFC 300. Now Prochazka has revealed that he has signed a bout agreement for his next fight and is just waiting for the UFC to announce it. That news came on Sunday night in the Czech Republic as Yuri enjoyed Octagon 58, which is a big stadium show in Prague. The first Pereira-Prochazka fight went down at UFC 295 at Madison Square Garden, where it was elevated from co-main event to main event after the John Jones and Stipe Miocic fight fell through. Pereira would finish Yuri early into the second round off of a sloppy takedown attempt, hammering him with elbows to the side of the head. But there was some controversy over the finish though. Some fans were upset that Yuri popped right back up to his feet immediately after the stoppage, calling it early. It didn't take long for Pereira to give his thoughts on the immediate rematch.
Well, everybody wants to know what's next for Alex Pereira. Now, you've mentioned you want to rematch Yuri Prochazka, and you said that could take place as early as August, and we know that the August pay-per-view is right here in Australia. What do you think of defending your title on these shores?
Well, that would be awesome, especially now seeing all the love from the people here. People are super nice with us, but it's not up to me, it's up to the organization. I'm not the one in control, so whatever they want to fight next, I'll fight.
Of course, and Yuri had a fantastic performance himself at UFC 300 against Alexander Rakic, but you also performed very well against Yuri at UFC 295, a big knockout win over him. Why would you want to rematch Yuri rather than fighting somebody new like Magomed Ankalaev, for instance?
Teu giro, pô, pra mim também tá perfeito.
Like I said before, it's not up to me. If they want Ankalaev, whoever the organization put on, if they think there's going to be Ankalaev, I'm fine for Ankalaev. If they think he's Yuri, I'll go with Yuri.
Sean O'Malley is confident that a date with Merab Dvalishvili will be announced soon. Speaking via the MMA Fighting YouTube channel, UFC Bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley shared how the date and location for his expected title defense against Merab Dvalishvili will be announced in the next few weeks.
At that point, obviously, in your own career, Sean, we all think we know what's coming up next. Obviously, the Merab Dvalishvili fight that's been on the horizon ever since you beat Chito Vera. Where are we at? Like, we keep hearing all the rumors, we keep hearing all the talk. Where are we at now with the Merab fight?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen this year, and I don't have a date for you guys, unfortunately. UFC told me that at the end of the month they'll have a date for me. So I'm guessing, I'm hoping the Sphere still. I've been pushing for that for a while, but if not the Sphere, December in Vegas. Either one, I do think it'll be in Vegas. It's one of those two dates.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Sphere is going to be a massive, massive card. I know they are kind of building that a little bit around the Mexican Independence Day, but obviously, you know, that's going to be such a huge. I mean, Dana's talked a lot about how big that card's going to be. December, the year-end card's not a bad way to go either. But can I assume you'd rather fight sooner than later?
Yeah, of course. I'd rather fight. Spit, you can come in. I'd rather fight. Yeah, September than December, but also, you know, whatever UFC says, I'm ready to go.
Now, Sean O'Malley has teased that while he's not yet in a full training camp, he's been preparing for a matchup against Dvalishvili ever since he defeated Marlon Vera back in March.
You never really slow down in all the things you're doing and all the things you're building. When you have a fight like this on the horizon, how much do you even think about at this point? Because you don't have a date, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have an exact date, so I assume you're not like in the throes of training camp right now. So like, how much are you even thinking about Merab? Or will you really think about Merab once you get the date of the fight?
I mean, we've been training specifically kind of like for Merab since the Chito fight. Like, that's next, and you know, I'm training hard right now, prepared for whatever. But we're 14 weeks out from the Sphere, so I'm not training. I'm not like full camp. But you know, once end of month, if that's the date, I'll get right into camp. But I won't know until end of June. So
I realize not everybody has a Roku, so not everybody has the chance to watch this show. But there's a really great show on right now. It's the first season of Fight Inc. inside the UFC. And it shows a lot of behind-the-scenes footage of how things operate and work with Dana White, the fighters, and the organization as a whole. Yesterday, we showed a clip from the show of John Jones finding out he was going to be sidelined for 6 to 12 months. But there's some other great clips, including this one from Israel Adesanya, where he reacts to Sean Strickland winning the belt behind the scenes. Also, Donald Trump responds to Robbie Lawler wanting to retire. I realize some of these are older storylines, but if you have the chance to go back and watch it, it's a really interesting and neat show to watch. Here are some of my favorite clips.
We were going to dinner last night, and then the pictures started coming through with that cut on his forehead. I'm like, dude, how about just one night where we're just not?
Said you the last one I got.
Or how about this? How about if they call us and let us fix it and tell them what to do? Yeah, that's
blue.
That is what was he doing, wrestling?
5th round. So this is what they were
Of course it was the
sparring, I think. And in the 5th round, it was basically just a fluke accidental headbutt type thing.
Every single time.
sparring with no headgear.
That's brutal. Yeah.
The week before he leaves for the fight.
Terrible.
No, the day.
Yeah.
He's supposed to leave today.
He's leaving today.
The night before. He's going the night before, sparring with no headgear.
That's a $2 million headbutt.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It was. It's a $2 million headbutt.
Yeah. That cost them big money.
He's absolutely right. Spot on.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
You are still the champ.
I know.
If you put your girls down today, you're set for life. So don't let anything bother you, okay?
We get him. It's a good story for him. I'm proud of him, but I'm gonna get him. We'll get him back, okay? I promise.
Give me the speech.
As we had off night, couldn't find what we wanted, but we'll find it. Who can we?
Hey, Izzy.
Ah, my guy. Come here. Okay. Pause real quick. One of those ones. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for making the fight happen. Again, it doesn't matter. Even if it's his night, it's still history. It's a good story for him. It's a good story for America. It is what it is. That's the game.
You couldn't have a better attitude about it. That's for damn sure.
Bro, that's life, man.
You're a
That's
stud.
life.
You're a stud. All right.
Likewise, Hunter.
All right.
Bless
See you later.
Love you, my man.
President, how are you, President?
How's the fight? That was a quick one.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's over.
No. Oh, she lost?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, now, how are you?
Look at you, you're trimmed out. What's going on?
Having now taken his rightful place in the UFC Hall of Fame, ruthless Robbie Lawler.
He is a legend, and what a career.
And Robbie Lawler is not a guy that gives you emotion, as he just kind of takes it in and enjoy his last time stepping into the octagon.
Ready to go with our feature prelim and this historic final fight for a legend of the sport.
Oh my God.
Crowd. 3-3. What a way to go out.
Stay with Robbie. He cries, you know. Robbie, stay with him. I mean, there are no fairy tales in fighting. Robbie Lawler just is living one right now.
That's Robbie Lawler's last fight. He just retired. You knocked him out.
Man, put the ultimate capstone on his Hall of Fame career.
Let's get a replay, boys.
Go. And Rolex, go X.
Here it is.
There we go.
Tee it up for me, J.A. Right here, you see Robbie. Take that clinch. Boom.
23. Take it.
I've had a lot of people help me get to where I am today. Without them, none of this is possible, and I'm blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, ruthless Robbie Lawler.
I'm not fighting this guy.
I've been a big fan. Big fan. So he has an option. He can immediately go back, or he can retire.
Then the fight ends, and he goes, you know what this means? He's not retiring now.
Your 23, get ready for draw.
Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
As you might expect for International Fight Week, a lot of people are in the building, but no one needs more security than the former president of the United States, obviously a really good friend of Dana White.
What's up, everybody? MMA Taps here, and I just wanted to take a moment before we get to the end of the video just to say thank you. This channel is about to hit a really cool milestone, one that I didn't think we would hit this quickly or this fast or if ever, but we are right at 1,000 subscribers on the channel. In fact, depending on when you watch this video, you might be seeing that we're over 1,000 subs, and I just wanted to take a moment to tell you guys how much I appreciate all of you that like the videos, that comment, that engage. I just like getting up every single morning and making these videos for you. I never thought the channel would do this well this quickly, but it is kind of exceeding my wildest expectations, and I really want to just owe it to you guys and how much I appreciate all of you. I think some people wonder if this is a real person, or is this like an AI voice, or you know what's going on. I can assure you it is me. I'm the one who gets up every single morning at 4 o'clock, who makes these videos, writes the scripts, puts them on YouTube, engages with you in the comments throughout the day or throughout time. And I just wanted to tell you guys that I really appreciate you. Maybe one day I'll reveal my face, talk a little bit about me, but for now I just like covering the news, covering the stories, and you know, following the sport that we all love. And so again, thank you guys so much. If you haven't yet, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do like the video and keep engaging. Let's keep talking about the sport. Let's keep talking about the fighters. Let's keep talking about the things that make us laugh, that make us mad, all those things. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you again. All right, let's get into the top 3 comments left on yesterday's video. And if there's one topic that got everybody riled up, it was how Chael Sonnen pronounces Arman Tsarukyan.
Circarian.
I gotta admit, whenever I hear Chael say a name, I always ask myself, is that how you're supposed to pronounce it? But Jake says, I think Chael butchers names on purpose at this point, LOL. Chris says, Chael definitely butchers people's names on purpose. My name is John Smith. He would say it like Smithy or Sakarian or Makhachev. And at Sean says, of course Islam would rather fight the man that can make him a millionaire in one fight. Imagine if Conor landed the perfect left hand on Islam's chin. If you want your comments highlighted on tomorrow's video, simply comment down below. We'll highlight the top best comments, good, bad, or indifferent, and feature them in tomorrow's video. And that does it for today's video, but make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and clicking the bell notification so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. And in case you missed it, check out yesterday's news.